Yes, well, the Department of Corrections explained to me they based their decision on this issue on Reverend Jeff Hood's recent history of outbursts and arrest with social justice issues. But one legal expert explained to me this may not be enough to keep Hood out of the chamber.
There are statutory and constitutional issues that this case raises.
He says after a Texas execution case, the Supreme Court jumped in saying the inmate had the right to a spiritual advisor in the chamber during the execution.
Texas made claims that this would pose a occupational danger, right? A safety danger. What if there's a disruption and all this? And the Supreme Court said of that pastor, there was no reason to think that they would engage in that. That might be a distinction here, an important distinction. But the court also said that even if there was such a concern, they could handle that in other ways.
He explained the same goes for this case. He says the DOC could make sure the reverend abided by certain restrictions, and if there was a slight disturbance, he could be removed from the area.
I don't think that that should exclude him from serving his ministerial role. Now, if he had committed an act like this in an execution chamber before or something, then we are starting to have Department of Corrections may have the showing necessary to exclude him.
The DOC says they will allow him to visit Eisenberg in a different area, but not in the chamber, which legal experts say still poses a statutory concern. But if they feel strongly in their decision, they would need strong evidence to support their claim.
I do want to acknowledge, right, that if Department of Corrections can point to something in Reverend Hood's background, a failure to be law-abiding, etc., and it's really a substantial showing, then I think that courts may be willing to recognize that, because we do know about the sensitivities during the moment of execution. It is a moment that requires silence and solemnity.
And there is a court hearing scheduled for tomorrow at 1 p.m. in federal court on this issue. Scott Eisenberg is set for execution on Thursday.